if everything worked out the way it's supposed to, you guys should have heard the intro music. I figured out last week that that wasn't working. Um, all right, let's get this started. It is Sidetrack Sunday. Today is November 19th. It is the third Sunday of the month. I had to remind myself because I was here on the fifth Sunday last month. So yeah, you guys saw me 2 weeks ago. Again, I am Rick Bailey, and this is the Fultz Bailey Model Railroad channel here on YouTube and on Rumble. Yes, we are doing simulcast to Rumble. So if you guys are hanging out over in Rumble, we could chat over there as well. Um, Again, just going through the formalities. Sidetrack Sunday, 8 o'clock. We do this every Sunday, 8 o'clock, between the guys and gals on the crew. You've got John, J2, Schuylkill River Valley, who does the first week. Nisi J picks up the second week. I'm here on the third week. And then we've got Raybo Bell, who hangs out and does the fourth week. And currently, we don't have a fifth member yet, but we're getting there. So we've got what are we going to do tonight? Well, we're going to do a little bit more work on the building that we've been doing. A bunch of people in chat kind of hanging out. I saw some comments coming up. Looks like Lynn was the first one in tonight, so he gets the cookie. Although I heard some things about a brownie. There were some brownie comments. Wigwag's here. Looks like Artie is here. Mom and Ray, they're over here. Of course, J2, always here. Thank you, sir. Bob, you're the one who actually got me to the show today because I came down here early this morning. I guess it was around like 10 o'clock or so, and I got everything ready. Got my thumbnail made, everything scheduled up. Everything was running smooth. And then went upstairs, did my chores, ran around, food shopping, yada yada, kids and whatnot. It's about 7 o'clock or so. The kids were getting their showers, getting ready for bed, and I figured, I'll just take a little nap and hang out and just sit in the dark for a little bit. And then I went to check my email, and I saw my my reminder email from Bob saying, "Hey, good luck on the show today. Wish you the best. Always good stuff." And I remembered, oh crap, I have to be on live tonight. That's right. So here I am. Tom is over there on Rumble, hanging out, chilling with us. Appreciate you jumping in there, Tom. You are the best. Let's see who else were some people that came in. John Knopfel. Apparently, it's raining over in John Knopfel's world. Tom is in the house. Tom is saying hello to everyone. Grandpa Rails is also here hanging out. Raybo Bell stopped in. Yeah. Lynn is wondering whether I'm here, and I think I am. Anthony Dodge from the Model Train Outsider is here. Opa is here. Rail Artist is again talking about those brownies. I'm wanting brownies. So just a few little comments that I had queued up there. I'll tell you what, let's get this party started before we go into our build. Let's get the girl of the hour up here, get the show started. I need to get a drink, and yeah, here comes Rita. Yeah. Oh, gotta love Rita. She is something else. Let's jump over real quick to our participants list, and let's say hello to everyone else that is here. Again, top of the list, always alphabetical order. We've got Opa Dodge, Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider is here. Artie, the Oz American Model Railroad is here. CP368 Productions, Tim is in the house. Dave over at DB Tech is here. Drew Dudes Model Trains, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Of course, I am here. Grandpa Rails is also here. Thank you so much, JD. Joe Rader from the Black Rock Central Railroad is here. That guy, Dwight Curley from the Curly Express, he's hanging out in the house. Kyle Stevens is here. Lynn McCurdy is here. Thank you, buds. Cookies to you. Rail Artist is here. Rail Artist was here. Ray Bertelson is here. Ray Bell is in the house. Good to have you, buddy. Ron Moen is here. Santa Fe Bob, my buddy, is here as well. J2 from the Schuylkill River Valley. John is in the house. Tom Grassi is here. Tim D is here. Mike Trackside Mike is here, and always last on the list, but always first in our hearts, the Wig Wag Workshop, or as I know him, 3Dub is here. Looks like Sparky just jumped in, and the chat's been going a little bit here. Mom and Son Train Rail Fans is in. Guys, if you don't see your name on the participants list, it's because YouTube doesn't think you're here. So definitely say hello, say something in chat. Your name pops up on the side of the participants channel, and I get to say hello to you. And when we get back to the main screen, so does the message above gets to say hello to you also. Hey, you're going to notice over there on my right, your left, there's some people over there in chat that are purple, and they've got wrenches next to their names. These are my moderators. These are the guys that help to keep you guys in line and chat on topic and try and keep me under control. But that usually never really happens because, hey, it's Sidetrack Sunday, right? So thank you guys. Thank you, moderators, for always being there for me and helping out with the chat. I appreciate it very, very much. So yeah, not a lot of housekeeping to go over tonight. Let's see. The holidays are coming up. Just a couple announcements. The Sidetrack Sunday holiday show this year is going to be on, oh crap, I don't know the date. Hang on a second. Wrong way. It's going to be on the 17th of December. It's going to be our normal thing. We're going to have the Sidetrack Sunday crew up in, should I say, the 2023 Sidetrack Sunday crew up here on panel, as always, doing jokes and all the other, stuff that we're going to do. We will have, I believe, some giveaways this year, as always. And currently in the works, we are working on the holiday car for this year. Derek Alexander, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it, bud. So that will happen on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is the fourth Sunday of the month this year. We hope that you guys understand we all have families. We all have obligations outside of YouTube. Although we love to hang out with you and we love to be here every Sunday, there's going to be these moments where we just can't. So this year, what we're going to do is we're going to put together a pre-recorded show for you guys, kind of like a year in review almost. And we're going to do that as a premiere on Christmas Eve. So we will be here in hearts. We will be here, some of us possibly in chat with you. But the Christmas Eve show is going to be a premiere this year because we just can't be here live. Totally hope you guys understand. And we are wishing everyone a happy, healthy holiday season as we get into Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all the other holidays in between. Thanksgiving coming up next week. Or actually this week, I guess we're in on Sunday, right? So, yeah, it's this Thursday. So, definitely guys, eat your fill, have some turkey, dark meat, white meat, whatever you prefer. Don't drink and drive, but enjoy the family time if you can. It hopefully be a good year and a prosperous year for you guys too. All right, I'm babbling at this point, so I think we should just probably jump over to the other camera, and let's check in on chat and see what I've missed, because there's a bunch of stuff here that I didn't go over. So let me just jump up real quick. See, okay, I got most of that. It looks like a Tom. Wow, Tom's chatting over on Rumble in 2 different names here. Look at this. Did you realize I could change who is chatting? Nice. So yeah, it looks like Tom's got a Tom's got a channel and a user. So he's able to do it under both names. How about that? So awesome, awesome, awesome. Looks like he's figuring some things out. Guys, don't forget, if you can, stop over to the other Sidetrack Sunday crew members YouTube pages. I'm going to try and pop up their names in chat and their channels if it lets me. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, let's get down to what's going on. So I'll show you some things that I did. Oh wow, my chat just went whoop. Awesome. So it looks like I did miss a lot here. I was thinking that you guys weren't chatting, and a whole bunch of crap just went boom right on in. They're talking about tuna cans, and already saying it's the afternoon. Missile Hunters here. Good to see you. I was wondering what happened here. I don't need to be kept online. I need to be headed on the right track. Yeah, there's no right track here. I could tell you that. Just trying to catch up here, guys. Give me just a second. Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. Same to you, Mike. Actually, Mike, I don't think I knew that you were not American. I'm guessing Canadian. Yeah, let me know. I didn't realize that. Not sure where you were from. Just kind of assumed. I know, it's a bad thing. All right, there's all the links for the Sidetrack Sunday, guys. They all made it in there. There's John, Nisi, myself, and Ray. Yeah, a couple people just saying hi. JP. There we go. Oh, Rick's behind. All right, I'm in. There you go. Trackside Mike is Canadian. All right, there we go. Nice. Okay, great. We're all caught up. Let's jump down here to the workbench, get the overhead cam going, and I'll show you guys. I did a little work while you guys weren't here. As I said, I think I said I was going to. I think I gotta drop my chair down because I'm out of frame. Ready? Down goes the elevator. Nope, that's the back. Here we go. Ready? There we go. My head's getting chopped off. All right, so where we left off, we glued up the walls. What I went ahead and did is I took the windows and I colored the windows. They were supposed to be the same color as the trim, but because they're plastic, they came out a little darker and they have a little shine to it, which I don't particularly like. So I'm probably going to hit them up with a little bit of dull coat, possibly. So I got the window frames in. They're there. And then here's what I did. I painted up the doors. We'll do that. That's an easy thing. So here's the back of the door and the front details of the doors. Kind of the trim work, I guess. So tonight we're actually going to pop these out. We're going to glue these on, and then we're going to put the doors in. I also have the window. I don't know what you call these things. They're not the frames, but they're whatever they are. They're going to have to go in the windows. Also, I have a special way that I want to do those. Here's the back wall that we were talking about last week. Now, a couple things with this back wall. What I did is I just took a piece of that wood that I have, basswood, laid it down onto the workbench here. I kind of flipped this on its back and I traced the profile. We were talking at one time. Artie, for Rick, that's a big drop. Oh, what did I miss? What happened? Rick's been taking lessons. Not sure what I've been taking lessons on, but apparently I've been taking lessons on something. Um, drops down to Heath's size. Oh, got it now. Yeah. Down here in the corner. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a big drop. I got you. Flying Crows in the house. Hey, Robert, how are you? Good to see you, bud. Okay. So what I did is I just took the profile of the roof, cut that out in the basswood, and then originally what I was going to do is I was just going to make this flat and make this one solid square. I think I actually at one point, yeah, I did cut it out. So this was going to be, I did cut it out. So that was the wall. It was just going to be flat. And I decided not to, because if I would have put that there, then trying to put a roof on, what I would had to do is if I made it a flat roof, then I would have had to come back here and I would have had to chip these away so that the roof would sit flat. And then I noticed that this would have been exposed and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I decided to make this arched as well. And when this gets glued in, what we'll do probably next week is we'll just get some cardstock and we'll make a couple of different transitions here. The original cardstock that comes in the kit, which is somewhere. Is it still in the bag? No, that's a different kit. Oh, that's the other kit that we're going to do next. I'll have to find it. They give you a piece of, yes, cardstock. I think I showed you this before, but we're going to do it again just because I can. So here's the cardstock that they give you, and it's got this little crease in it. And what it's supposed to do is you're supposed to bend that up like that. And then this gets glued on here and it takes the profile of that, right? So if I take this and I copy this, I actually have the second one from the other kit. I can do that and I can do it over here as well. And then all I'll have to do is cover the top, which I think is going to be awesome and amazing. So less work to do. And I think it's going to make the whole profile of the building just so much better. Now, it really wouldn't have mattered had I done the flat roof, because again, this is going to be a background building, kind of, not really, because I've already decided on some decorations. I like how we all play to be a comedian. Yeah, originally I was just going to do like a black background here, and then it was going to be a background building, but I've already got some ideas going, and this thing is changing like daily. So we'll get into that. But the most important thing that I did want to show you was I did put the bracing on the back of this building. And although I did not have to put the bracing in here, simply what I could have done was just put in a small piece there, and a small piece there just to hold the roof on. I did wind up putting these in. Again, don't ask me why. I was copying this, but the only reason that I needed it here was because this front is 3 pieces. And I don't know. I got absent-minded. So it is what it is. Uh-oh, somebody's getting into dad's jokes. Yeah. Is Rachel here? Is that is she going to come up and do some dad jokes with us? We could do that too. I will probably run out of things to say at some point. So the most important thing is, though, I got a chance to play around with one of the weathering mixes that I bought at the train show down in Baltimore. And the one that I chose to use was the raw umber. So this is Hunter Line raw umber. And I didn't use a lot of it. I was very sparing with it, but I just wanted to try it. My original thought was on the back of the building, I was just going to paint it black because I didn't plan on doing anything with it. But I put the stain on there and I loved how the stain came out. It's bringing out the accents in the wood, and I think it looks great. I think it looks amazing. So I went ahead and I did the inside. I got ahead of myself, honestly. What I wanted to do was just try and test the other color on the inside, but I got ahead of myself and I started just going over it with the same mix, and that's what I got. And then afterwards, when I did it, I went, "Oh, face palm, I did it wrong," but it's okay. No worries. Let's get this out of there. So here's my after I did that, what I then did was I made sure that I did all of the parts on the outside that were possibly going to be exposed. I did the top of the building also, just in case. I think it's going to be covered by the roof, but either way, I did it. Then what I did is I took the brush, and the brush that I used has a very, very thin profile to it. So this is a very, very I love this brush. It is a cheap brush. I can't remember where I got it from, but I love that it's got this thin profile. And what I was able to do is just dip it ever so lightly in the weathering paint, and I was or weathering stain, and I was able to get it into those cracks, and it flowed right into those cracks around the window. I dabbed it on the sides here, and you can see how it just pooled and bled right into the wood. Did it around the window there, around the side down here, and just gives it that real nice weathering look. The sides came out awesome. I love the tint to it. Um, Went ahead and did look at this. Look how that just weeped right in there. I didn't brush that. I promise you. All I did was take the brush and just kind of stick it right there on the edge, and it just followed right in there. Loved it. Loved it. This is my new go-to thing. I probably will still use my original stain to get the underline color of wood, because as you can see on here, the way that I did the stain, because I didn't put it on heavy, you can still see the color of the wood in the background. And what I wish that I would have done was used my stain first, so it didn't have this real wood look to it. So I wish I would have did mine first and then came back with the Hunters. And then I think that would have given it a real pop. I don't want to go over it now with my stain. Actually, you know what? I might just try it on the back to see what it looks like, but I don't think it's going to look as good as it would have if I did it the way that I should have. So is what it is. We've got more kits to build, so we can try it on those. No big deal. Um, what is everyone over here chatting about? Twin Gates servo? My daughter wants a new dollhouse for Christmas. Yeah, no, she's got dollhouses and she don't play with any of them. We get her all the stuff, we buy her all the accessories, and then half of the stuff just goes and sits like unused after it's been used like once or twice. Thank you, JD. I appreciate it. I am very happy with it. I will say that, and uh, not a lot of work to it. Wood kits are great to weather. Yeah, we got more to do, so don't worry. We're gonna do a lot more than that. But I'm loving it so far. I'm really really happy with it. A lot of times I will find um, uh, Rachel. What happened to Rita? Let's not confuse Rachel and Rita. Rachel is Ray's daughter. Rita is my girl. Let's not get them confused. Um, Kyle, thank you for the numbers. Thank you. Appreciate it. Um, so all right, so here's my thought on the back. So as I said, originally I was thinking about just keeping it black and leaving it like that. But then I got to looking at this door, and I like the way that the trim goes on the door. If you look at, I'm not sure if it shows up in the picture. Yeah, it's small. And I'm not sure it's going to focus. There you go. See how that trim is on that door? Well, I've seen that on walls. I've seen on older buildings where they've had a wall, or they've maybe done some construction, or they took the outer part of the wall off and it shows kind of the studs and things on the inside and the bracing. And that's what I'm going to do. So what I decided was the way that I cut this board, it's actually going to sit in here recessed. It's going to go in here just past, I don't know if you're going to see that, but if you see the green trim on the side, I'm going to glue this in so it's just past the trim on the inside. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to take some of these other pieces and I'm going to match that up with the trim, and I'm going to go back through this and I'm going to make trims, framing, studs, and all that jazz. And we're probably going to do that, some of that on the next video, the next installment. And I think that's just going to make it pop. And I know I said this was going to be a background building, but this will live on the shelf layout when the layout comes. But I think eventually this is going to move to the bigger layout when the bigger layout comes, because that's a feature. If it goes right, I definitely want it to be shown. Dollhouse furniture gets spread all over the house. Yeah, you are so true. That is right, Dave. And thanks for stopping in, buddy. It's good to see you. It's quiet over here. Tom says there's nobody over on Rumble. How come nobody's hanging in on Rumble? Nope, he's the only one there. Yeah. I did see that Rob from Why Are You Naked was hanging out earlier. He made a comment on one of my Rumble videos. But yeah, I haven't seen him come in just yet. So I don't know. Maybe he'll show up. Maybe he won't. Hey guys, I do have a couple of those glass beer mugs. I don't have mine down here right now to show you, unfortunately. But I do have a couple left. Here's what we're going to do. For the holiday season, normally what I have been doing is anyone who's been interested in them, they've been $15. That includes shipping. So you will do, and really even, $15, you give me $15, I will send it to you. I'll cover the cost of shipping within the lower 48 states. And we're good on that. For the holiday season, from now until January 1st, we'll do something special and I'll drop it down to $10. I only have a few left. I think there's only like 5 or 6 back there, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. But if you guys are interested, you're hearing it first. The mugs, the beer mugs, the glass ones, with the logos on both sides, for Christmas, for the holiday season, we're going to go $10. That's with shipping. If you're interested, send me an email. Let me know. We'll do PayPal. It's the easiest way to do the transfer of funds, and we're good to go. That being said, let's get back to the project. I think I want to get these doors done first. No, I don't, because the doors, I'm going to do this thing I do with the door where the door hangs out. Let's do the windows first. I think I want to do the windows first, because when I do the back wall, I'm going to have to do something with a rubber band. I know it. And I've got my rubber band. Let's just make sure it doesn't snap on me. I got my rubber band. It's one of the long ones. So let's do the windows first. Actually, I'm only going to do 2, because the third one I'm actually going to leave open, which is going to leave it proud against the building. So here's the way I do it. These are the frames of those windows, and we're going to get these put in. Now, I've got a lot of tools. I've got some sideways nail nippers. I've got sprue cutters. I've got X-Acto knives. I even got those. Where'd they go? I got those little tiny scissors that I just recently bought, which are really, really cool. Cut styrene, awesome. But for these delicate little details, what I like to do is use just a regular pair of nail clippers. And the reason I like that is because you can slide that right over top there. And if you get it close enough, you can just clip right there through the sprue, and it cuts it right off. And you can't see anything happening, but I do. Now, here's the weird part. How do we get this in there? Well, we're going to have to cut this apart. So cut that there, and then cut this here. Make sure it doesn't fly all over the place. And then when we come in here, we can nip this And right there, easy enough. So let's get that so I don't lose that. Let's do the other one. And these things get so close that you don't have to do that much sanding. This one I actually saw showed up a little proud. So I'm going to use my nail file. I got nail files too. Nail files. Look at that. Dollar store. Stole them from my wife actually, because she does her nails all the time. So real easy, especially on these little flimsy parts. Just a couple of once overs, and we are nice and flat. Good. All right, there's that one. Let's just give a look over. I'm keeping this on here because when I put it on here, I can't see it. All right. Just a little bit of sanding, just so I know it's going to fit inside that window frame. So I don't want anything obscuring that, because once I get glue on it, I'm not going to be able to take it back out and do that. Dave says my tea got cold. I forgot about it. That happens all the time to me, Dave. I always make a cup of tea and it's always too hot. So I let it sit. And most times I forget about it and I let it sit too long and wind up reheating it in the microwave. Did I see Randall jumped in here? Randall in the house? Somebody said hi to Randall. There's Randall. Hello, buddy. All right. So what I'm going to do is the one up front here by the door, I am going to glue in straight. Just going to get a little glue in the tray here. Don't need that much, but we're going to overdo it anyway because that's what I do. Looks like I got a slug in there. Booger. Snot. Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm going to do what everyone told me to do. You remember that little short that I put out that I cut from last show? Not last show, the show before, where I said, put a bunch of glue on there and just fold the trim over. And everybody was like, great idea. And then I put the short out there and everybody was like, if you just use a brush or you just use less glue, you wouldn't have that problem. Well, today I'm going to take your advice and I'm going to use a little tiny paintbrush. Sue me. All right, let's get a little paint on there. Paint. A little bit of glue. I'm going to put some right here on the rim. Right there. That's what she said, right? A little on the rim. All right. And I'm going to try and take this little window. And I believe this just sits in the back. Of course, I want to make sure that I put it in the right way. I think I just popped my window out. Yep. So we're going to glue the window back in because I'm a brute. And I do that. All right, window's there. Now we're just going to put some glue on that. And some glue on that. Hold that right. Pop that right back in place. Looks good to me. Bob's your uncle and all that jazz. We just got to let it sit that. That's got to sit and dry. And you know what? While we're at it, let's get this other window in. Head of hair and a nail file. You could be an 80s beautician. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this. I've been saying for weeks now that I want to cut it, but then I think about it and I'm like, maybe I'll let it grow out a little bit. I'm not sure. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I honestly don't. I have no one to blame but myself. So, all right. Now, this window I'm going to put over on this side here. Let's get some more glue. I think I grabbed the booger off the tray. Yes, I did. Make sure I got enough. All right. Yep, there's the booger. All right. Now let's get this. And I dropped it. And make sure I got the paint side out. Drop that right in there. Looks good. All right. That's what 2 windows look like. Now, this window here, what I'm going to do is I want to try to see if I can take the window and I want to angle it like it's open, but I want to angle it that way instead of like an open window that way, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to try it, but I don't want to do it just yet because when I go to glue this on, I know the building's got to be upside down to do that. So I'm going to wait on that and do that in a minute. So let's move on to one of these doors. Um, mm, mm, mm. Can't imagine who told you about those paintbrushes. I don't know. I got email after email and comment after comment, and I think this guy was one of them. A toothpick would work also. Yes, yes, it would. I could also use, I have a bunch of coffee stirrers that I keep here that I also use sometimes as trim work. So I could use those as well. What are you going to use for window glass? Actually, that is very good question. So I recently had to place an order with the Tichy group for some windows for a project that I'm building with the band. And what I found inside of the package of windows was 2 things. And these I'm not going to use. Well, I might use some. I'm looking for the second part here. Oh, here it is. So what I got was this here, which is just a piece of plastic with these cutouts that look like smoky glass. Come on, focus on the glass. There. So I had actually already cut some out. I've got them sitting over here on the block. I thought of maybe putting those in here, which I thought would be a great touch to this building. And then another thing that came, but I didn't get enough of, they gave you these shades, which is just a very thin piece of paper that has the shades already like 3/4 of the way cut out. And then the shades will go on the back of the building, on the back of the window. So those are there also. So I might use those for the window treatments because I like it. Hammer that, folks. Crazy furniture acting up. Crazy furnace acting up all day. Interesting. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Joe was I'm gonna wait on the third window because yeah, that's gonna be a pain. Um, Erotic is using the horse hairbrush. Kinky is when you use the whole horse tail. I should not have put that on screen. I read that wrong and then reread it again the right way. Artie, you little minx, you. Wish the walls would stay straight when I paint them. Bose something shocking. Why stop trying? Why stop trying? So 2 things, Les, 2 things that you could try to do. And I'm not sure if you did this, but this is what I've heard. So when you paint the walls, what's happening is the paint, the stain, or whatever that you're using goes on the one side and it swells the wood. The other side is unchanged. So this side of the wood is growing and this side of the wood is not. And that's what creates the bow. To combat that, what you would do is just stain both sides. And then this way it will grow to the same exact, or should be the same exact width on both sides as it fills with water. Water being the paint or the stain. The other thing that you can do is put your stain or your paint on. Excuse me. And then try, I know it's going to be very hard. If you do paint, it's going to be hard. What I would suggest is put a primer on first, and then at least the primer, you can try and put something over it. I know, even though it's wet, try and put something on it where you can put a block on it or so, to try and weigh it down to keep it that way. Um, and that should help. But I think if you do both sides, that's what's helped me the most. So if you haven't tried that already, give that a shot. Stain or paint both sides, and that should do most of the work for you. Some paint brushes are made from horsehair. Yes, the really expensive ones I hear are. Masking tape works great for windows. Yes, it does. I've also found that in some of the kits, of course, I can't find it. Some of the kits, a lot of times, yes, here. So my old DPM kits, they would give you the clear acetate, and then they would also give you this filmy paper that they would usually give you to protect this from getting scratched in the kit. This works very well for shades. I love this method. And it's kind of the right texture or right coloring or shading. But if you wanted to, you could darken it up or yellow it up as if it had like sun damage or something like that. These are really, really, really cool to use. So that's another option. All right, it is 8:40 and I have only glued in 2 windows. I've done more talking than anything else. Let's get this door done. All right, I got to get this door out. So what I did is I just painted the doors black. Um I didn't think they were going to come out this dark, but apparently I must have went a little too heavy on the paint. Um Come on, cutty cutty. All right, there's a door, and then we're going to do a trim. And you may or may not notice, but on this one piece of trim, I overpainted the black, so it's got a little blemish, but I don't care. Would have worked out better if it was on the bottom, but it's on the top. Of course, it's on the top, right? Because you want things to go right and go perfect, and they don't. All right, so there's that, and there's that. Let's put this away because we're not going to do the other door just yet. I need a little more glue. Otter Creek and Rio Grande. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. That's a lot of glue. I said hi to y'all at the start. Pay attention, Artie. Yes, Sparky did say hi. I saw that. That's what got him on the participants list. I put my windows in with canopy glue. Yes, you can use canopy glue. I also use this stuff here that Testers makes. I don't know if that's going to come into focus. Try. There you go. It's clear parts, cement, and window window maker. There you go. You can use this for glazing. I like using this because it's got a really fine point on it, and you can get right inside those windows, and they come out really nice. They almost look like the old fashioned, like I don't want to say stained glass, but it's got that kind of like ripple effect to it. I don't know what that kind of glass is called. Yeah. Another thing you could try after you get your paint on, you could try re-wetting it and then weighing it down. You might try that. I'm not sure less, but we could try and work through it. I bet there's 1,000 methods out there. Brown packaging tape for shades. Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. Don't break the glass. Yeah. Well, in some cases, in case of emergencies, you need to break the glass. Some of the European structure kits include printed window treatments. Yes. I actually have somewhere. I thought they were here. I picked up Yes, here I keep them on my little bench in front. These here from City Classics window dressings. I picked these up, and these are clear acetate, and you just cut them out as you need. You can see I used a little of them. These are for the taller windows, but they do make them for the shorter ones. But you could just put these in, and it looks like you've got curtains or blinds, depending on which kit you buy. They have these that look like blinds with some of them have writings on them to tell you what business it was. But yeah, these are awesome also. Um, I did use those, so good. All right, let's get some glue on this back side of this door here. And because this is going to lay flat, I'm not going to go crazy trying to get every little thing covered. As long as I get some on all four sides, I'm not going to worry about these little stringers in the front. It's already stuck to my finger. Now it's stuck to my workbench because, of course, it flipped over. Of course it did. There it is. All right, so we're just going to take this and flop this down on here, making sure that the window panes match where the windows are. A little spill out. Just going to drop that down on there, and then I'm going to bring this up and try and wiggle that into space. Right in there. That's what the door is going to look like. I think it's pretty cool. And the best part is, because it's all dark, I think I could just weather up some of the green. Like you could see, I got a smudge on there, black paint. I don't think I need too much weathering on here. Maybe a light color, some dusting of some sort. And then this hopefully should just fit right in here. That's a really loose fit. That's a really loose fit. Is there more to this kit? Hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I gotta find. Wait, let me go to the other kit. Hang on. No, there was nothing else. Okay, so my guess is I think I see what it is. There's trim work. There's trim work that has to go around the door first. And I'm guessing that has to overlap on top of the door. And then that must get glued behind the trim. Let me see just real quick. Instructions. Building the door, find the floor section 1/16. Secure, then planking. First paint the planking wood door. Glue it in place using the 2 tick marks on the floor. On the floor. That's the dock. There's no tick marks on that. I think somebody's fooling me here. Oh, I thought it said door. It says dock floor. Where's the door? Adding the glass, wall assembly. Here, making the freight door. Geez, if I was reading the right thing. Find the 2 door frames and panels, glue the frame panels together. We painted the panels gray, the frame doors, add the glass, put the doors aside. Now add 1/16 square wood corner trim to all walls following card A. Secure with white glue. Cut the trim slightly longer than needed, trimming to fit once it's dry. It does not say. Well, here's card A, and it says nothing of what to do for the trim other than showing the picture. So my guess is the trim work has to go on, and then this has to get glued in from behind, because I'll show you this again. This has way too much play, unless you're just supposed to glue. No, because look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. There's way too much space there at the bottom. I've got the door all the way to the top, and there's way too much space there at the bottom. So I'm guessing you're probably going to have to put some trim on. The trim is going to have to sit proud. It has to, because this window comes up right to the frame of the door. And this clearly shows there's trim after that. All right. So I guess that's for next week. I don't know. All right. While we got a few more minutes, we can at least who's flipping who off? See, Grandpa Rails, this is why I don't like doing scratch builds. Who's flipping who off? Not me. Not me. All right, put that over there. Let's get this thing glued up. At least we can do that and have it ready, right? All right. That's out. And I know I'm cutting it. I'm not cutting it like too short. So it's definitely not my issue. Oh, there we go. All right, there's that. Set that aside. Gap filler. It's gap filler. You mean putty? I could use some putty. I've never used putty on a wooden kit. Let me check. Lynn, let's get this put together and then we'll check that out. When they're side by side on the original thingy here, or well, I don't know. They might not be the same size. Let's see. All right, line the windows up. Straighten this out. Look at that. I used a little paintbrush and I still got excess glue. You guys are nuts. It's not just me. Space at the bottom is for the mice to get in. Yeah, that would make a whole lot of sense. I've been framed. Yes. All right, so now we're going to try this door on this side. And yeah, there's space. Now I'm curious. Look, there's even a gap between the two doors. Something right. Something right. There has to be trim, because if I hold these together and kind of hold them in place, that gives almost just enough room for trim on both sides and trim across the top. So that has to be it. But as you can see, this might as well be a Walters kit, because it doesn't explain that in the instructions at all. And I've done a few of these kits and I've never seen that before. Trim has always been on the outside. The opening has always been fit to order. Wall assembly. Yeah, that is That's insane. But hey, we'll roll with it. I'll get the trim done. I got plenty of extra wood here that can be used for that. So not really that big of an issue. Still have my one window, which needs to go in over there. We'll figure that out for next time. I'll leave that till we have the wall on. So what I will promise you for next week is I will get the trim work around the door done. I'll get it all painted. I'll get it on there. I'll get the one door in, the one that's going to sit flat. I'm going to hold off on the other door because just like the window, that is also going to be propped open. So it's going to be the last thing to go on there. Yes, I know I'm missing the trimming. It wasn't a part of the instructions. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, if I had my partner in crime, things might be going better. Yeah. You used too much glue. Poppycock. I don't believe it. The picture shows trim around the door. Yeah, it does. And I thought that the trim work was an afterthought. So like normally with a regular house, you put your doors in, they fit the opening, and then you put your trim work on. That's the basis that I was going on. But apparently it looks like for this, the trim work has to go around the door, and you need to leave enough room in the opening so that you can glue the door to the back of the trim. But that is not in the instructions. So that's how the cookie crumbles. I don't know. Lynn's got cookies. Ask Lynn. All right. So for next week, I'll do the trim work around the door. I'll get that all set. I'll cut the pieces for the roof. And then the window's ready to go in. The other door will go in. Maybe possibly I'll do some of the trim work on the back wall. I'll do some of it, and then we'll go through and we'll do some together, and then we'll get it all glued up. I promise you. Next week might be the last week for this one. It may not. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. There's still stuff that needs to go on the roof. Of course, we're probably going to wind up doing our tar paper roof, as I always do, because I love that look. So yeah, we've still got some things to do. But even though we've got just a few more things to go, I'm going to call it quits here, and we'll pick it up next week. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Wait, I got to find that. Hang on. Tom says, oh, I think I missed it. I don't know where it went. Tom made a comment earlier on Rumble and said, thanks for doing your nails. I really don't. I don't do my nails at all. I bite my nails, and yeah, they're going to look crappy. There's paint in there. There's dirt in there. I don't. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it, Tom. Appreciate it all. Again, guys, don't forget to check out the other Sidetrack Sunday guys. Subscribe to their channels, check them out. I'm going to call it quits for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there. We're almost done. We've got maybe one, possibly two more shows left. So hang in there. Check me out in the next couple of weeks. Again, reminders of next month is going to be our live show for the holiday season. That's going to be here on the Foltz Bailey Model Railroad channel. So we'll pick up the end of this building in January in the new year. And we'll go from there. So again, thank you guys for hanging out. Don't forget, right over here, there's a video for you guys to watch. Down there in the corner is probably this playlist of wood kits. And then right below me is the link for you guys to subscribe. So do that. Thank you. See ya.